What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Tonight we're going to talk about what the Minnesota Wild should do with the number 7 overall pick. For those of you that have been keeping up, with who's gone so far in my mock draft, and like I said, there'll be one this week, recounting the top 10. But according to my thing, if Philip Forsberg is still on the board, I'd like to see them grab him. I think he fits that forward core they're establishing in Minnesota very well. Jacob Trouba would be a little bit of a reach. He's projected to go 10th, but I think he could really complement Minnesota's skilled forwards. With some meat and potatoes on the back end, he can definitely, he's a pretty solid defenseman all around. He's not exactly overly flashy. Think the way Cam Fowler is with the flashiness, think of that simplified, on the other end of the axis, I guess. Pretty rock solid defenseman. Teuvo Teravainen will be around. I don't know how he fits into that mix. Undersized forward. I think they're going to be looking for some more meat and potatoes up front too. Morgan Riley. But according to this so far, I think Philip Forsberg, if available, they'd be crazy to pass on him. Good mix of offensive abilities, two-way acumen, can do a number of different things out there. Move the puck, work the board, just stuff like that. That'll definitely help the Wild going forward. I think he'll be a fan favorite. There's some young Europeans up there as is with Mikko Koivu. He's really not a young guy, but Michael Gramling, guys like that. And I think he'll fit into that mix beautifully, and definitely help him going forward. I think he'd be a great fit for Minnesota. Like I said, ad nauseum so far. But you gotta look around. I think Minnesota's gonna think outside the box. They got a lot of great young players that are gonna be vying for roster spots in the coming year. Yeah, this is actually pretty much next year. They'll be working a ton of rookies, which that's par for the course. And someone that's watched Minnesota from afar, they've got a deeper farm system than they ever have, and this is an opportunity to grab a player to really up the ante in that farm system. This is a team that had the best record hockey on Christmas and faltered, and now is picking 7th in the draft. I think this is going to be a pick that'll redefine the future of the Wild and really help them turn into contenders. I think they can't waste this pick. You look at from realistically until 2 years ago, till right now, until they drafted Granlund. Before that, it was just atrocious, their draft record. And, they wasted so many picks on guys that turned out to be absolutely nothing. Colton Gillies, guys like that, Benoit, Pouliot, is it AJ Thielen, Michigan State guy. You look at all those busts that Minnesota acquired, and you got to say, all right, you can't go down that road again. You got to grab, if anything, Forsberg might not even have the highest upside on the board. I think Teravainen would at this point, but they got to take him because you can't have another bust. Even though you've got all this young talent, you can't waste any more picks. You've done that for a number of years, and you set your franchise back. If they want to compete in the NHL, if they want to have a competing NHL team in Minnesota, this is going to be the draft that helps do it. And they've done a great job, and I think the acquisition of Philip Forsberg with the 7th overall pick in the NHL draft will help them continue that going forward. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on what the Minnesota Wild should do with the number 7 overall pick. And this week's NHL draft. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.